Hey guys, Misi here. I cannot believe it's been 2 weeks since my last video, and I am so sorry. I know I made a video previously saying that I wanted to upload at least once a week, and that is still my goal. But if you follow me on TikTok or on Blue Sky, you know that there was an issue with my family, and that kind of took up a lot of my time, and then the inauguration. So my mind has just been all over the place, but I'm back. I wanted to just do a quick recap of the things that I've read recently because I've been reading and I have not updated you guys on anything that I've read. I do plan on doing another video on Octavia E. Butler, Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents. So that will be a video. Hopefully I can record tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. And because I have such bad memory, I have to go on Storygraph to see what I've recently read because I can read a book and then like the next day not remember which book I read. Let's get started. I want to start off with Parable of Talents. This is book 2 and the Parables Duology by Octavia E. Butler. This is still living rent-free in my head. I am still processing and digesting that book. It was a experience and I just highly recommend anyone. I don't care what genre you like to read, that you read the Parables duology. Book 1 was, amazing and it ended on a very like hopeful note, but book 2 was real. It was raw. It was dystopian. It reminded me and felt very similar to the reality that we're in now and the current state and climate that we're in here in America. It was heartbreaking and very triggering at times, but Octavia has this beautiful way of writing these very like traumatic scenes, but still giving like hope at the end of it all. And I cried reading the ending of the Parables duology and highly recommend. So I do plan on reading the rest of Octavia Butler's bibliography, like any and everything that she's ever written, hopefully this year. And like she is an author that I'm usually a ebook girly and I don't buy a lot of physical books, but she is one that I will have every single book that she has ever written in my physical collection. The next is This Poison Heart. This is Black Girl Magic, a sapphic romance. It has a lot of queer representation. It has Greek mythology mixed into this urban contemporary setting. FMC is a descendant of Medea, and Medea is a descendant of Hecate. And the FMC and her family are able to control plants and grow plants, and like they have this immunity to poison plants, and they're able to like make tonics, and they have an apothecary, and there's also this curse that is plaguing their family, and there's a mystery that needs to be solved. It is fantasy, adventurous, and the sapphic romance was just perfect. I really enjoyed this YA duology, and I think you should read it. Another book I recently read was the Iron Widow series. So far, there's only 2 books out, and I recently read Heavenly Tyrant. Now, I really enjoy this book, this FMC. She's one of my favorite. I like an FMC that is just really badass, who really will go there and will kill anyone, will do anything to get what she wants. And I get so annoyed when people will say, oh, this is a badass FMC, but like the FMC still wants people to like make the better choice and like not kill people. And what I like about Zitan is she's a real badass FMC. Like she's not gonna let anyone get in her way. And I can respect her. I really wish this was a adult fantasy because a lot of the themes or the scenes, I wish they would be a little bit more graphic, but because it's YA, a lot of the scenes like fade to black. But this author's writing style, like I would love for her to write a adult fantasy one day, like Darling in the Franxx or Neon Genesis or anime. Then you need to read Iron Widow because it gives those same vibes. They read 10,000 Stitches and Longhorn. Those are the other 2 books of the Regency Fairy series, and they gave the same cute, whimsical, cozy vibes that I loved in Half a Soul. And if you're looking for like a short romance that makes you feel sweet and good, and it's just like has these really cute moments, but also has like some very serious themes, in a cozy setting. You need to read Olivia Atwater's works in the Regency Fairy series. I also read Nona the Ninth. This is book 3 in the Locked Tomb series. I plan on doing a video on the Locked Tomb series. I did one on my TikTok and it got a lot of views. I kind of basically said like the things you need to know before getting into the Locked Tomb series, before starting Gideon the Ninth, because a lot of people have a hard time starting that series because it's very confusing. So I want to do one for YouTube of like a PSA or like the things you should know before getting into that series. So I'm excited. But Nona the Ninth was just like so funny, weird, confusing, but I cannot wait for book 4 of this series. Last but not least, because I want to end this video, I just finished Vicious Bonds. It is the Tethered trilogy, and I have not felt this way about a romantasy in such a long time. This is dark fantasy. This is like Peaky Blinders meets fantasy, and it has fated mates, and the smut is smutting. It's giving, the plot is giving like the tension. Like, if I say like one more time, one of my critiques with the fantasy and dark fantasy genre is the lack of diversity, and the fact that this book is not only well written, has an interesting plot, but the FMC is over the age of 30 and she's a beautiful Black woman with locks. Like, it has everything that I'm looking for. The love interest, he is my new fictional husband because he is so like grumpy and territorial, and he gives touch her and you die. Like, he does not play about his woman. He does not play about Willow at all. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in book 2, but I highly suggest this. If you're looking for a good romantasy, then you need to read Vicious Bond. Those are the books that I recently read. There were some others, but my phone died and I can't check Storygraph because my phone is dead. Also, follow me on Storygraph. My username is Missy Reads. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate the engagement, and I will be posting another video next week.